it's Tracy time. Time for another moment with me, Tracy T. And of course, it is Friday. Who else is super glad that it's Friday? Let me tell you something. I am beyond excited that it's Friday. Can you see? Can you see this happiness? Happy, 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 happy is Friday. So let me say one thing to you first. Yes, I am here. I will be here with you. I am excited about what the day brings. Let me start because I laughed so hard yesterday. I have some people who are my friends. First. Let's be appropriate. How are you doing? How you are? I'm doing great. I am grateful that it's Friday. I am thankful to be here with you. Thank you for taking time to share lunch with me. What are you having for lunch? I want you to know that every single time you get with me, I appreciate it. And I want you to know that I'd like for you to share, like this page, and share with others. I'm about to do some phenomenal new things on in the next coming weeks, and I want you to be a part of it. So stay tuned for that. You see, I have a post saying October 5th, so be ready. In the meantime, let me go ahead and say this is something that I think is funny. One of the things that you will learn about me, if you don't already know, is that I don't get into vanity. Like, I believe in everyday amazing. You know, I will come on here and show you guys the very first video that I did. I was in my bed. I had an experience. Someone had completely, as my grandmother used to say, pitched me off and had challenged me on who the core of who I was, y'all. And I was like, let me just say this. It was cathartic for me, and that's how this started. But I was everyday amazing, and that's how the whole everyday amazing thing got started, okay? But now let me just go ahead after saying that and say this. On Monday and Wednesday this week, my everyday amazing was a little less than amazing. My stylist, Angie Castor, along with my beloved wife, Chandra, some of my friends were like, Tracy. So if you know me, you know I was 100% authentic in myself on Monday and Wednesday. However, I do have a brand. I want to maintain the integrity of my brand, and so I will make sure that I do my part to look the part of someone who is a certified master coach, who is everyday amazing, and who lives like it's a gift. So now, having said that, so thank you all for reaching out to me and like, are you okay? What's going on? You don't look, huh? So here's the tea. The tea. It's Friday. We have had one heck of a week. First of all, y'all tell me, how are you doing? Because I want to know that. The second thing I want to know is, how are you feeling? Because today, our country, as if we did not think, if we didn't think we could have any more pressure, any more frustration, any more angst, any more anger, any more disbelief, any more systemic racism, any more disappointment, we do, right? So here's what I want to say to you. In the midst of that, we have got to make sure that we take time out to have some mental health moments, right? There's a breathing call that I do once per week that just helps people just to take, it's not even 10 minutes. It's just to take time out to get on a call and do some breathing. I encourage you to participate on that call. When you see it, it literally takes less than 10 minutes, but it just gives you an opportunity to learn some breathing skills. And we have got to make sure that we take breaths down somebody, because all of us literally could hold our breath. We could hold our breath in angst. We could hold our breath in anger. We could hold our breath in frustration. And that is not going to be healthy for us, because we know we've got to breathe it in and we've also got to let it out. Okay. So I encourage you, please, in the midst of all of this, take some time for yourself and just give yourself a mental health moment. Give yourself time to breathe. Give yourself time to process, because we've been getting 1-2 punches with stuff left and right. So now that takes me to the next thing. How in the heckle, Jekyll, and Hyde are you and your family doing with what's happened? If you are a family unit, because we all have family members, I can tell y'all, because I told you my struggle has been really real with some of my family members, getting them engaged with what's happening, and they're becoming much more apathetic the more we have things like the Breonna Taylor incident happen. So I'm interested in knowing, how are you doing with your family? Like, how is your family communicating with this? Are you having open, honest dialogue with people? Are you guys telling each other how you feel, or are you literally just kind of shutting down and going within yourself, and this depression and maybe emotional overwhelmness is kicking in? I'm interested in knowing that, because with my family members, I have a full spectrum, because you guys know I'm so communicative. I am interested in knowing how people feel and talking about it. Some people can't even mention the occupant's name without being upset. They don't want to see them. They don't want to talk about it. They're frustrated with what's happening since we lost the notorious RBG. We have now this absolute disrespect that's happening. This week has been a wang dang humdinger. If you've been hanging on and you made it to Friday, you need to celebrate yourself. You have one portion of strength and sense. You need to celebrate that. I'm telling you, we have something to celebrate. So give yourselves a round of applause, because it has been difficult. We are in a pandemic. Some people are jobless. Some people are suffering with housing vulnerability and food vulnerability. And then we have a dang on election going on. We have all these different mentions of corruption. On a regular basis, we get information that talks about how the occupant is not going to accept whatever it is. And because the underlying message there with what we know is it's always, look at this hand because I'm doing something else over here with this one. And so it's constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop. So I'm telling you, please make sure that you're communicating how you feel, not what you're thinking, because that's one thing, but how you're feeling. I want to encourage you to encourage other family members, and then meet them where they are. If they don't want to talk about it, be okay with that, but just know that you have a voice to share, and please be a listening ear. Now, I have accepted a challenge. Okay, I have accepted a challenge. My So I want to know, will you accept this challenge? My mother's side of the family, the challenge is for me to get 20 people from my mother's side of the family to record a video saying why is it important for them to vote, or what makes voting important to them. And President Barack Obama, number 44, yes, let's just have a moment of, oh, yes, when that, whew, just remember that there was once a time, hello, there was once a time, y'all, when we had a leader that was capable and competent. Just made me choke up a little bit. But think about how you want. President Obama has this initiative going on too, where there's a campaign for why you vote. So I'm going to post that in this, and I want you to, will you accept the challenge on your mother's side of the family? And people are saying, why your mother's side of the family? Okay, well, I can tell you, mother's side of the family, we know that most of the matriarchs, all of us have a Meemaw, a Mudia, a Big Mama. That person in the family was the family matriarch. So the mother side of the family is usually the side that is like the matriarch of the family is the one who kind of gives you the direction and feeds it down through the generations, right? So the mother side voting challenge is what this is. 20 people on the mother side of your family and it doesn't have to be this production, right? They can do it from their phone and say, why is it voting important to me? And they can be honest. Like, this doesn't have to be some, phenomenal Pulitzer Prize winning comment for a video, y'all. But I want you to know I've extended the invitation to my mother's side of the family, and I'm gonna say this to y'all. Where you at? I'm recording my video today. I'm gonna post my video today. So it's gonna be here and on my personal page. So I want you to see my video so you'll know, like, it's not gonna be this this glamorous production. It's just gonna be me real talking about why voting is important to me. And I want to know, will you accept the challenge and get 20 people on your mother's side? And here's the reason why that's important. People are talking about it, but we need to see. We need to see other people in full spectrum of ages, full levels of generations that are old enough and eligible to vote. Why is it important? Why is it important to you? So I'm going to do my video. Now, here's the thing I want to talk about. Whew. Okay, y'all. Where do we start? You want to talk about Mitch McConnell? You want to talk about Bill Barr? You want to talk about the occupant? You want to talk about this person that they have as a candidate, potential candidate as a replacement for RBG? Let me say something to you first about that. Let me say this. There is no replacement for RBG. There is no one who is going to be a replacement to fill the shoes of the notorious RBG. Okay? Let's get that straight, number one. There is no replacement for her. So it's disrespectful, in my opinion, for you to come up with that on the heels like 2 hours after she died. You already knew who you wanted. So that's my number one. Number two, she can have a successor. But the fact that you even calling out names and supporting this, I hope that somebody in the Republican Party on the Senate and Congress says, we're not doing this. So we can pray to that end. Now, the other thing I want to talk to y'all about is Monday. Monday Live at Lunch. If you've been with me, hanging with me, you know I've been talking about this voters registration thing. I've been talking about the importance of voting. I've been talking about the importance of being an informed voter. Because, see, it's not enough for me to say to you, check your voters registration. And you say, oh, okay, yeah, I went through the steps. I'm registered to vote. That's not enough. It's not enough for you to even go to the polls and say, I don't even know who these people are. I'm just going to vote anyway. That's not enough. I want you to be informed. I want you to make an informed decision. So how do I do that? I give you information. I share information with you as often as I can. And here's what we're going to do on Monday. She's back. Theron C. Bond is going to be my guest on Monday. Y'all been hanging with me. I've been riding solo since Wednesday. I was so grateful to have Glennis sits with me from the CBD store on Monday. And so we're going to round out and have next Monday, my guest is going to be Theron C. Bond. So I want to know, what do you want to know? Because Theron C. Bond, I'm going to tell y'all something, is a beast when it comes to elections. She's a beast when it comes to politics. She's a beast when it comes to being informed. And she falls in the millennial age group. She runs circles, full circles around me. Because I told you, I'm not a political activist. I just believe, as a short, fat, black woman in America, that I've got to do my part. Now, what's your part? What are you doing? I'll wait. What are you doing? What are you doing to ensure that we build back better? Don't think it's accidental that I got on the color dress I got on today. It's not. It's not. Everything counts. You see everything. You taking everything. Are you being manipulated? Are you being drawn in and suckered by stuff? Let me see. What are y'all saying to me? Hold on a second. What are y'all saying to me? Because I need to hear from you. I need to understand what's going on. Because let me tell you what I know. The thing that's going to happen is if you didn't check your voters registration and you try to go vote, and you've been purged from the system, shame on you. Why? Let me tell you why shame on you. Because I've been telling you now for at least 2 weeks, go and check your voters registration status. Okay, how do you do that? You check your voters registration status very simply, very easily by going to vote.org. Or if you don't want to go to that site and you want something else that can send you information and fill out, then text vote to 30330. You got, those are 2 fantastic options. Now, here's the thing. You've got to make sure you register to vote. I don't care how well intended you are at this point. If you haven't checked your voters registration status, forget about it. It's not going to be effective because you could just as easily go to the poll and think, I got this. I'm voting. I'm casting my vote and not be registered. And even if you go early vote, it's too late. October 5th is the deadline for voters registration. But y'all already know that because you're smart. Now, how many of you have told your folks to make sure that they check? Huh? How many? Thank you, Angie. Thank you, Adrian. I told you I was going to make you proud. I just saw your comments. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I told you I'm going to try to, do it. I'm going to do it. So look, can we be everyday amazing at the polls? We said it's a black family reunion at the polls on November 3rd. Are you early voting? What are y'all doing? That's what I want to know. What are you doing? I'm sitting here waiting. I just can't wait to see what you're going to do because we know how to show up. We know how to go and protest, and that's going to be my closing statement. I'm going to talk about the protests, these peaceful protests, and the things that have happened since the lack of justice was announced early this week for Breonna Taylor. But what are you doing? So let me tell you what I'm doing. I am making sure that I tell everybody. I went to go to a drive-through to pick up food the other day, and a young lady who was in the demographic that I'm targeting, y'all know, young adults, she was like, how you doing? I said, you know what? I'm mad. I said, no, you know what, dogs get mad? I'm angry. I'm really angry because I'm tired of people dying for no reason. I'm tired of people being in a position where they feel helpless and hapless. Are you registered to vote? And she was looking at me like, lady, you gonna take this food? I still told her. Yes, I did. I still told her, and I'm telling everybody. They can talk to me through mask. When I have to go in public, which is rare, I make sure I say it. You are the voice. You're campaigning for yourself. As much as we want to have someone who's in office that is competent and capable and cares, we have to know we're campaigning for ourselves. We have to be bridges to other people for ourselves. It is incumbent upon us, me and you. It's us. It's we. It's we. We have to make sure we do our part. This is our country. The fact that we even let this buffoon get in office is a shame because 100,000, 100 million people didn't vote. Okay, so we need that number and more to say enough. And then these protests, let me say something to you. As much as I am right there in full solidarity from my house for people that are supporting and protesting and want justice for Breonna Taylor, those very same people, I hope and pray that you who took time to go to the streets have taken time to go online and register to vote, have taken time to make sure that you go out to the streets and vote. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I think it's great. We need both and. We need protest and action. It's not enough to talk about it, y'all. We got to be about it. We got to do it because people are literally out there protesting. Those people, the residents, let's use Portland. I have a friend who lives in Portland, and he regularly comments about how things are going and how there's so much unrest, but that the protests that they have are peaceful. But what the media is giving us, based on the right side, is that it's all this conflict and chaos, and that's not what's happening. So I'm telling you, be careful and mindful of what you let in your eye gate and what you let in your ear gate, because you have to process stuff through a filter of truth. Okay? The whole concept of fake news didn't come because CNN was reporting it wrong. It came because what was being said was right, and then it ended up putting that person who's wrong as two left feet in the light. You don't want to be in the light if you, okay, all right, let me say it to you like this. And then I'm going to go. Think about roaches. Now, I can say thank the Lord. I have never been in a household where I had roaches. I have never, ever had a family member's home that had roaches. But I know from people that I know who've had the unfortunate experience of roaches that when you know that it's dark, when it's dark, they come out. They come out. Come on now. This is coming from Al Sharpton. If you watch his eulogy or watch his comments for George Floyd, roaches come out when it's dark. And when them lights come on, when the lights get turned on, what happens? They scatter, they run, because they don't want the dirt they're doing in the dark to be seen in the light. Huh? So it's up to you to not only shine a light, but be a dang on light. Hello. Hello, somebody. You got to be your own light. You got to shine your light so there's no room for darkness around you. You got to make sure that you shine your light for other people that are behind you coming up, see the way to truth and light. You got to be a light so that people around you that's coming beside you know what path they're supposed to be on. You got to let your light shine. It's too many of us running around here right now dimming our light because somebody said oh, she thinks she did. Who cares? You were here for a purpose. You got a light. You got your own light. We're not going to let roaches come and fester and take over. We got all of that foolishness going on in government now. We are the light. Our voice is the light. We got to shine light on that, and then we got to get engaged locally. We got to know what's happening in our state. We got to shine lights on that foolishness because there's a bunch of dirt getting done in the dark right now on our watch. Shame on us. We got lights. Don't turn them off. Let them shine bright because they don't have a battery that ever goes out. Those lights are eternal. Huh? Come on now. Let your light shine on truth. Be a light around you. Be a light in front of you. Pull somebody with you. Give them some opportunity to seeing what light looks like. That's all somebody needs. Sometimes all they need is to see, oh wow, they got a light. I got a light. I didn't know I could let my light shine. That feels good to let my light shine. And then they move forward. But if we want to stay in the dark, we're going to be even darker come November if we don't do what we're supposed to do with our lights. We got to shine lights on foolishness. We got to expose nonsense. We got to get toxicity out of our neighborhoods and our cities, our states, our government. We got to get this mess out. It's us. We have the power to shine our lights. We have the power to have our voices heard. We have the power to cast our ballots. I don't care what the people that are in positions, because here you get a position and you make so much money, you get so much earning potential, y'all, that you allow yourself to forget. You allow yourself to forget, like, oh, the needs of the people are this and this, and you got to earn the vote. Wrong. You don't have to worry if you got to earn a potential of 7 or 8 figures. If you have a 7 or 8 figure earning potential in multiple streams of revenue, or you're considered a mogul, or you're considered a celebrity, and you have no way of staying in contact and touch with regular folks, don't speak on my behalf. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you are living in a totally different stratosphere from me. From where I am now, I know people who are struggling to make sure they stay afloat, who had to rely on the government to help them with their payroll, who had to rely on support from their family and friends to eat, who needed to make sure that they had the choice to have housing paid for instead of food. I know people that are in that position. I know people who have had COVID and who have lived through it and got well and who have died. 200,000 people right now, 200,000 plus people are dead right now from coronavirus. More than half of those people would still be here right now if we had somebody in leadership who had some control and who gave a. So that's it, y'all. That's all. You'll get more of what we need to do on Monday. But we're going to ask questions of Theron C. Bond. We're going to be informed from Theron C. Bond. We're going to glean some of the light from Theron C. Bond. And she's going to shine her light with us, on us, for us, so that we can take that and then share it and pass it on. All right. That's it. That's all. Y'all got more than you bargained for today, but I'm going to tell you something. I hope and pray that you were listening. And you're going to take this challenge and share with people. Let them know. Mother side, the maternal side of your family, 20 people, do a video for why you vote. I can't wait to see them. I want y'all to do them, and I can't wait to see them, because it's just going to give us inspiration. Because what we think a lot of times is them and they and the other people that are supposed to do it, but it's really us. It's all of us with each of our connections. Each one person can reach up to 400 people. That's powerful. That means you're powerful. That's it. I'm gone. I hope you have a phenomenal, amazing weekend. This Friday, it's Friday. We made it. It's Friday. Yay. And make every day amazing and live like it's a gift. Because y'all already know it truly is. Tracy T. Roll with Tracy Time, live at lunch, over and out. I'll see you on Monday with Theron C. Bond. Bye.